no one told you not to take the stage?
No, nobody mentioned it. Nobody said there was a problem. And I would have waited for 15. They could have said, let's wait for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, something. Nobody said, I think that was a mistake. How did somebody get on that roof? And why wasn't he reported? Because people saw that he was on the roof. I mean, you had Trumpers screaming. The woman in the red shirt, she was screaming, there's a man on the roof. And then other people said, there's a man on the roof who's got a gun. And that was quite a bit before I walked onto the stage. So you would have thought somebody would have done something about it.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. Months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. Take a look at what happened.
Government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look
at what happened.
So that if you're glancing at the Jumbotron from the podium, directly behind that is the water tower. All right.
Shooter shot to the left. He killed the gentleman in the water tower here.
Shots fired towards the blue water tank. That's right.
pick his head up just before shots ring out at 6:15. Ring out at 6:15.
Something that said, take a look what happened.
Look at the railing. That is the first shot. First shot hit the railing.
Take a look what happened. If you want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
Secret Service quickly erupted. You can see the snipers on the building behind the podium aiming at the trees. If you look to our left, there are trees in the distance, and that seems to be where the gunfire is coming from. Behind the podium aiming at the trees.
The minute that local law enforcement, who apparently had a rifle pointed on, there should have been an emergency frequent comms channel that they could have said, we have a shooter on the roof, shooter on the roof. Secret Service should have rushed the stage and immediately took the president and took him off, and then responded with a counter sniper. The shot should not have gone off. That is the failure in itself. You're supposed to be able to try and, the best security is when you go in and you're actually able to prevent an incident, not react to an incident.
Secret Service building.
Fence where the other shooter was. There was one I heard in the water tower. There was one by the fence. And still, obviously, initial reports. But what we do know, according to the
Sharpshooter shot to the left. He killed the gentleman in the water tower here. He killed the gentleman in the water tower here.
Who was on that water tower the day that President Trump was shot? And now we have video of a figure, someone on that water tower. Now, initially, RSBN Network originally aired this wide-angle footage from their live stream on their X account during this day. We've now zoomed in and added some text so you can see a figure moving on top of this water tower. So take a look at your screen here.
Chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
you see that figure disappear.
Wait.
Now you see that figure reemerge. Okay? Now the figure reemerges. So interesting, right? Now we're going to zoom in.
And take a look what happened. Thing that said, take a look what happened. Thing that said, take a look what happened. Thing that said, take a look what happened.
We got breaking news. Sharpshooter shot to the left. He killed the gentleman in the water tower here.
Shots fired towards the blue water tank. Blue water tank. That's right.
What I've heard coming out here is now they feel that there was two shooters on both sides. So they got the one on the tower on this side, but the one on the right side they never got. So that's why they wanted us to leave immediately, because they thought there's still a shooter out there somewhere. So there could be in these woods around Butler.
Yo, good morning. I keep getting asked about this, so I'm just gonna let you know my opinion. I am talking about the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. And I know everyone's gonna have some crazy opinion. Everyone's gonna have a different opinion. It's gonna be very wild for the next little while, but just if you don't know me or are new to this page, I spent just about 17 years in the military, just about 14 of which were at Tier 1 Special Operations unit called JTF-2. Our sniper team has the world record for the longest confirmed sniper kill. And a huge part of our job while I was there and while I was a sniper was doing close protection for VIPs up to and including the Prime Minister when he would go to dangerous countries like Iraq or Afghanistan. We would be in charge of that security. So I'm very familiar with the layout of these types of things and what the jobs should be. And yesterday, what happened, I have no doubts in my mind that the shooter had help from somewhere within an agency, an organization, or the government. The second I saw that aerial photo of what they were saying happened, it immediately made no sense to me. You cannot, in broad daylight, get onto a rooftop within, it looked like maybe a couple hundred yards, if that. You can't get into that position with a gun when there's a president speaking. It cannot be done. It's not like, you don't even need to be a sniper to know that it's the most fucking obvious thing, an obvious place in the whole world. You could be a 7th grader, like, what do we need to do for security here? Well, let's look at these rooftops that are almost within zeroing range of a rifle. So it's something happened, and I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. It's too obvious that this guy had help getting there. So whether it's someone turned a blind eye or it was strategically planned, I mean, it had to be planned to a certain level.
here's an interesting thing. 1, 2, and 3, besides being muffled and further away, it doesn't have echoes. Here we have, this is a shot here, this one, this peak. Oh, darn it, I don't have my thing up again. Here we go. So this here is a shot. This is an echo. Very clearly an echo, and a shot in an echo, and a shot in an echo. So this is actually critical evidence, because you hear that, there's echoes coming off. So that also allows us, again, to analyze where was this gun. But first up, we just have an absolutely different sound between the first 3. There's no echo, it's much further away, it's more muffled, it's just not in the same place at all. But these next ones, very different sound, totally different weapons. Okay, full stop, we have 2 separate weapons, plus we have no echoes coming off of the first 3, and then we do have echoes coming off of the next set. And that last one, that's different. That's not the sniper shot.
AI telling. By the way, they did a great job. Again, it shows a sniper there on the roof. That's where the sniper had to be in order to make those shots. But we know now that Crooks was not in that position, that he was to the right, a significant distance. So finally we go to the final slide. And so it's not a sniper on the roof in that position. It's a sniper in that open, elevated, unsecured window with a direct line of sight of President Trump that was left unsecured.
The assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump on July 13th is the most significant operational failure of the Secret Service in decades. I take full responsibility for any security lapse of our agency.
Have you provided all audio and video recordings in your possession to this committee, as we asked on July 15th, yes or no?
I would have to get back to you.
That is a no. You're full of shit today.